Alright, so sorry the last one was cut off abruptly. I was just saying that I may make the expansions their own Let's Plays, and the game crashed on me again. That kind of sucked, but... Oh well, I say it was at 20 minutes, and I'd done what I needed to do, so I figured let me just redo, just restart a new... Oh, right. Well, at least they didn't kick me out of the fucking place. Alright. So, I was at Balmora, too, when it crashed, so I'm probably going to warp myself to Balmora so I don't have to go through all that again after I talk to him. Okay. So that's done. Well, it didn't... It says Arch... It didn't go in my journal. So let me just do, like... Balmora. Alright. Wait, is that the right way, or is it this way? It's this way. So let's go to Caius Casada's place. Like I said, he said come back when you're ready, and I think it's on the other side of town, no? Oh, no, it's right here. Okay, cool. We're here to discuss your orders, Jareth, or is there something else you want? By the way, the Blades is considered a faction, which is interesting. You can see it here. See Archmage, Grandmaster, Master, Archmagister, Master Thief. But here you see Novice, Death Rank Apprentice, but you can't get to the top rank because that's just not part of the story. Okay. Ready for orders? Good. Go talk to Hasfat Antabalus at the Balmora Fighters Guild. Ask him what he knows about the Nerovarine secret cult and the Sixth House secret cult. You'll have to do him a favor first, probably an ugly favor, but do it. Then get the information from Antabalus and report back to me. By the way, Hasfat is a student of Morrowind history. Take the chance to get a little education, and I have a few history books here. Help yourself. You're welcome to them. No point in being part of history if you're too ignorant to understand it. Alright, so we're going to pop by the Fighters Guild. I'm pretty sure he does send you on a quest, even if you are the guild master. But whatever. Oh, let me set a mark there, actually. But I look a lot different than the last time you saw me. Check out my armor. Look at my fucking sweet robes. You ain't commenting on that shit? Psh, dick. Alright, he's actually not a dick. He's one of the nicer characters in the game. But I gotta be me. How am I? I'm on the... Okay, it's the side of town that has the Thieves Guild. I'm like, derp. Because I warped here and I'm out of my bearings. I only do that because the fucking game crashed on me. Don't like that very much. Hasfat Antabalus, huh? I believe he's... I believe he's down near the bottom. I think he's in the training rooms, actually. Which I've never actually bothered coming down all this way. Here he is. Good day, Master. So you're with Caius, eh? And Caius wants information? Of course there's a this for that involved. I require a favor first, and then I'll tell you what you want to know. There are Dwemer runes nearby called Arkingthon. I believe I pointed them out. The bridge going onto that goes over the Foyata that I've been under it many times to go to Ghost Gate. I need you to run over there and find me a little cube with a circular design and some symbols on the side. It is called the Dwemer Puzzle Box. Bring me back the Dwemer Puzzle Box and I'll tell you what you want to know. Cool.
I'd be happy to.
So let's do that. Dude, you're in the way. Could you get out of the way? Plania? Get out of the way. Thank you. Oh, she's like ready to get back in the way. Fuck. Let me just do this real quick. Game's been crashing on me today. I don't know. It's probably something I could fix with a reboot, but I'm trying to avoid having to do that because I'm fucking recording, you know? Anything in here? I'll take arrows. That's weird. I'm good on hammers for now. Alright, let's see if I could... I didn't ask him for directions because it's very close by. Let's see if I remember how to get there. Why am I getting combat music on? I'm like still near the town. There was one time that I actually had an Ogrim chase me all the way to Balmora and the guards took him out. I think I might have told that story. But that was in the vanilla game. Well, actually, I mean, not the vanilla game. It had Tribunal and Blood Moon installed, but I didn't have any mods or nothing, so... Yeah. So I believe, from what I remember, you just go up this way, like you're going to the Moon Moth Fort. But then you kind of just, like, instead of going up... This is what I remember. You just kind of, instead of going there to the Moon Moth Fort, you just kind of keep going. And it should be pretty close by. Yep, there's the bridge. And I've been under it a few times, but here we are. Where's that fucking Nord? I don't know why he attacks you, but he's not a Nord, he's an Imperial. He's dead now. I think the Legion might send you to kill him at one point or another, but whatever. And by the way, this is interesting because there's this ball blocking the entrance, and you have to hit this crank. The last dungeon is like that. This is technically the first dungeon of the main quest. It's kind of training you. You have to do this quickly, though. All of Centrifuge. Alright, so we gotta find the Dwemer puzzle box, and this place has a pretty crazy layout from what I remember, so being attacked already. But I think I can remember kind of where it is. Let me kill these outlaw guys here, though. Alright. I'll take your money, honey. Because I remember having a real hard time finding this once in Weeping Bell Hall. No, I think it's a little higher up. It's in a very specific place. I'll see if I can get there quickly. I think it's here. I remember it being kind of a door that's facing a different direction. I see it. It's right on the shelf there. Just gotta kill this bald motherfucker first. Boss Credo. Does he's unhinged? Stealing a bunch of Dwemer stuff, huh? I don't care. Your corpse can have it. There's the Dwemer puzzle box. Alright, let's recall. Even though I gotta go to the Fighters Guild. It saves me the trip back to Balmora. So yeah, you can spend a whole lot of time in that place looking for it, but that's where it is. I remember the first time having a hard time finding it. Because I couldn't see that door, because all the other doors are facing forward, and that one's like to the side. It's kind of interesting the way that was. Yeah. It's fucking stupid that he made me do that, even though I'm a guild master, but whatever. It's main quest dungeon.
You seem like very good.
Yeah. So, have you done the little favor I asked? Perfect. Just what I was looking for. Just let me take this Dwemer puzzle box, and I'll tell you what Caius will want to know about the 6th house and about the Nerevarine. By the way, the inscriptions in the box seem to be directions for setting a Dwemer key to open a specific lock. If you're interested after you've delivered your report to Caius, come back, and maybe I'll have a key you can take back to Arkingthond. I'm a master lockpicker, so we're all good. Let's ask him about the 6th house. House Dagoth is the 6th house, the lost 6th house. In the First Age, House Dagoth betrayed the other great houses during the War of the First Council and was destroyed for their treason. I can answer any questions you have, but I'll also give you some notes to give to Caius and recommend some 6th house references he should read. Ask him about the Nerevarine. The Ashlanders believe a reborn Nerevar will unite the Dunmer against the Outlander invaders and restore the ancient Dark Elven nation. Nerevar is a legendary hero and saint of the Temple, but the Temple denies the prophecy and persecutes heretics who believe in the Nerevarine. Tell Caius that Shan Gra Mozgob would be a better person to ask about the native faiths and superstitions. And I believe she's the orc that is hanging out over at the Mages Guild. Let me just, repair. Do this. Oh, okay. Because I've started the main quest, sometimes this happens. You'll get these weird dreams when you sleep in beds. It only happens in, like, Balmora, Sadrithmore, and Aldrin, I think. But here you go. This is really weird. You had a disturbing dream. You can only recall one part. A tall figure with a golden mask led you among the dead as through a wedding celebration. You heard many voices, but no lips moved. You strained to breathe, but your chest didn't move. The tall figure spoke with each figure as he passed among them, laughing and joking as if they were alive, but they made no reply. You tried to cry out, but without breath, your tongue fluttered in vain. That's pretty creepy. It's not one of the creepiest ones, but I think it depends on which city you sleep in, the weird dreams you get. Also, dreamers. We've seen sleepers, but you're going to start to see dreamers appear in the game. So, like weird shit's going to start happening. Okay. These notes are from Hasfat Antabolus. Excellent. I trust he didn't work you too hard for them. I'll look them over in more detail later, but now I have some new orders for you. I've glanced at Hasfat Antabolus' notes. They cover the 6th house admirably, but not the Nerevarine cult. Hop on over to the Balmora Mages Guild. It's right next to the Balmora Fighters Guild. I know, dude. I'm the Archmage. Get Shan Gra Mozgob to tell you what she knows about the Nerevarine. She'll have some silly errand for you. Do what she asks, and report back when she's given you the information. Alright, so pretty easy stuff. I believe that this is also not a big deal. I believe that she's a necromancer, and necromancers are very persecuted here in Morrowind. And you see my reputation is going to start skyrocketing now that I'm doing the main quest, by the way. And I believe... I think she has you dispose of some evidence or something. And I'm stuck on the fucking banister. There we go. So let's go talk to her. I passed by her a few times. I think I've talked to her once or twice, but really just to see if she had anything to sell me. Because she is a shopkeeper. Here she is. No interruptions. How many times? Oh, you were one of Caius' associates? That is a different matter. Caius and I have a very satisfactory arrangement, and I'm sure we can come to some sort of agreement if you complete a little errand for me. The errand, then, is very simple. I need the skull of Levulandrano. Oh, that's right. I believe you can accuse her of being a necromancer because she's looking for skulls and shit. And then she'll give you something to keep quiet about it or something. Or you can show her... She has a book that proves it, but whatever. You'll find it in Andrano Ancestral Tomb, but take care not to upset the natives. The Dunmer have some peculiar primitive prejudices against necromancy, and take grave objection to unauthorized tomb visits. The tomb is south of Pelagia, just off the road, just before you reach the fork where the road goes southwest towards Seydanine, and southwest to Vivek. You may need an enchanted blade. Nah, dude, I'm good. I got a Daedric blade. Some spirits are immune to normal weapons. Here, take this old short sword. And maybe these old scrolls will come in handy. I'm not too worried about that. So let's go visit that. I'm going to have to scoodly-doot my ass over to Pelagiad and go from there. Unfortunately, that is, you do have to walk to Pelagiad, but... Leap to Pelagiad. But the unfortunate thing is that, like, because I've done so much shit and I'm level, like, insane right now, I'm like, what, level 37? Yeah, 37. Why am I always hearing combat music right out here? It can't be because of that Quama Forge over there. It's not even coming towards me. I don't see any cliff races. They don't appear in this part of the world anyway, really, until you start going to Ghost Gate. Whatever. Must be something nearby that's causing that. I mean, let's see. It doesn't even say enemies are nearby. Technically, I'm still in Balmora. Oh, it stopped. Okay. So, yeah. The unfortunate thing is that the main quest is going to be super easy for the most part. There might be a few kind of rough patches, but that's always the way I've played Elder Scrolls game. The exception being Arena, because side quests in Arena are pretty useless. You really just want to do the main quest in that as quickly as possible. But I always have just done... that's towards Ghost Gate. You heard that, right? I'm not near one of those Azura places, so I don't know why I heard stone moving like that. And the heater's coming on. It was hot during the... Actually, it wasn't that hot during the day. I even turned my air conditioner off, but... It's crazy that... It's almost May. And I have the heat set, like, super low, like, to only come on if it dips below 60. It's not even that late. It's like 8:45 p.m. The only reason I'm up this early is because I got up and I couldn't fall back asleep. So I'm like, might as well record a bunch of Morrowind before I gotta go to work. Wait, is this the right way? I don't think this is the right way. Yeah, it's not the right way, because fucking Pelagiad is... Where is Pelagiad? It's down there. Well... Yeah, this is the right way. I think. I didn't look at the fucking signs, but I'm pretty sure I recognize the road, so... I'm pretty sure I've seen the, Ancestral Tomb, too. That's like an egg mine. I think it's a regular cave, actually, because I don't see a Quama worker or anything in front of it. There's that chick. Looking for her fucking fool guy. I never visited that chick she tries to hook you up with. I don't think you don't exactly make a love connection with the other chick, but I think she offers you training or something. Is the back road to Pelagiad, but pretty much okay. So he said south. She said south, just off the road, right? Just off the road before you reach the fork with it. Okay. So pretty much if I just continue, I mean, because that's where the main road to Pelagiad is. If I just continue along the road, it should be right there. We're going to go in, grab the skull, maybe fight a few skeletons or whatever. Shouldn't be a big deal. Is this it? Or is this... I think this actually leads, yeah, just down to like a little pool. Guard didn't see me. Oh, there it is. I see it over there. Those ancestral tombs always have that very distinct look to them on the outside. I'm not going to bother stealthing or anything. I mean, honestly, I don't even need to level up anymore. There's a dead body. It's not even named, it's just dead body. Doesn't have anything on it. Ugh, Bone Walker. I don't like to touch them because they fuck up your attributes. I mean, it's a smaller one, but... Alright, they didn't fuck anything up, did they? No, we're good. Alright. I'm getting hit by these arrows. I got you. Oh, you got enchanted arrows? Give me them. They're mine now. Fucking shard arrows. I could drop down there. Let's see. Homilies of Blessed Amalexia. A crippled skeleton, wow. Shit. I really don't want to... It's a small bone walker. Okay, I'm good. I think that's the skull there. Yep. Unarmored skill. Cool. Alright. Let me get the hell out of here. I think he lets you rest in his bed, so I'll just do that. So I gotta go over the Mage's Guild anyway. So we got the skull. Let's talk to Orcface over there. She'll tell you about the Nerevarine cult. Hey. Again? Is it about the errand you're doing for me? Very good. I'll just take that skull from you. Perhaps for what I have in mind. Thank you. Now, as I promised, I'll answer your questions on the Nerevarine cult. Go ahead. This Ashlander cult believes the long-dead hero Nerevar will be reborn to honor ancient promises to the tribes. According to legend, the prophesied Nerevarine will cast down the false gods of the tribunal temple, restore the traditional ancestor worship practiced by the Ashlanders, and drive all Outlanders from Morrowind. Both Temple and Empire outlaw the cult, but it persists among the Ashlanders who care little for Imperial or Temple law. Here, take this copy of my notes on the topic to Caius. Alright, let's go back. You're here to discuss your orders, Jareth, or is there something else you want? And these are Sharn's notes on the Fail. Just went full retard there. Let's try that again. And these are Sharn's notes on the Nerevarine cult. Excellent. I'm promoting you to Blade's apprentice, Jareth. I'd like some time to think about how this fits in with the Emperor's plans for you. So if you'd like to get a little freelance adventuring, go ahead. But whenever you're ready, I have new orders for you. So yeah. I'm promoting you to apprentice rank effective immediately. And here's a little present. 2 spell scrolls. The Divine Intervention will... I know about all that shit. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay. I thought it over, and I want you to interview 3 informants in Vivec City concerning the Nerevarine and the 6th House. First, I want you to speak to Adhiranir, a Khajiit Thieves Guild operative. Second, I want you to speak with Hulia, an Argonian in the Morag Taunt. Finally, I want you to speak with Mira Milo, the temple priestess. Here, I've written the details down so you won't forget, and here are 200 drakes for bribes and other expenses. So let's ask specifically about them. Adhiranir is a Khajiit and a Thieves Guild operative. You'll find her in St. Ulm's Canton in Vivec. Be careful what you say and use common sense. People in the cantons are suspicious of outsiders. You may have to win or purchase their confidence. Let's ask about Hulia. Hulia is an Argonian and Morag Tongue assassin. You'll find him in Vivec at the Black Shawl Corner Club in the lower wasteworks of the Foreign Quarter. So I'll probably go to him first. In addition to his other skills, Hulia is also known around Vivek City as a student of history and a lover of books and old things. And let's ask about Miramilo. Miramilo is a temple priestess who works at the libraries in the Hall of Wisdom and Justice. She's a friend, so be careful and don't get her in trouble. The temple is suspicious of outlanders and wouldn't be happy to find Mira talking to you about religious matters. She'll be easy to spot. Look for the priestess with the copper hair and copper eyes. Alright. So we're going to head to Vivek. It's about to get really cool in my opinion. We'll go after Hulia for... Oh, I'm a sleeper, one among thousands. I bring you a message. Dagoth calls you, Jareth, and you cannot deny your lord. The sixth house has risen, and Dagoth in its glory. So he's one of the dreamers. He is the lord and father of the mountain. He sleeps, but when he wakes, we shall rise from our dreams, and shall sweep the land clean of the Inwa. Why have you denied him? As Lord Dagoth has said, all shall greet him as flesh or as dust. The sixth house, the sleeping house, House Dagoth, the house of Lord Dagoth. The true house, the one house to welcome all true Dunmer, to drive the Inwa from our land. Take heed, Outlander. The day of reckoning is at hand. Take what you can and leave our place, for when Lord Dagoth comes, this will be no place for you. So yeah. I believe if you continue to talk to these people a lot, they might even attack you, but yeah, he's one of the sleepers or dreamers or whatever. So like I said, once you start the main quest, weird shit starts to happen. The game gets a lot less normal. Alright, let's go over to Vivek.
We make a special trip.
Okay, so Hulia's in the foreign quarter, and, yeah, a sleeper, yeah, so that's happened. Black Shulk and Lower Wastework. So we'll go to that first, because it's right here. Foreign quarter is the first canton you come across. So we'll do that. Okay. So let's see, Black Shulk Corner Club. That's what we're looking for. That's the Apothecary, Alchemist, Jabasha. Alright. Actually, isn't he in Jabasha's shop? No, I'll check here. Might be thinking of something else. Oh, that looks like that's Hulia right there. I welcome you as a friend of my friend, Jareth, but I wish to go see... here. I wish to go to my friend's bookstore, and these troublesome fools are in my way. I have tried to persuade them, but they hate my race, and I fear there will be violence. Perhaps if you speak to them, but be careful and be ready. You might wind up killing them, or you can just convince them to leave them alone. The sight of a free Argonian offends these racist thugs. It would tarnish my Morag tongue honor to slay them, and I don't want to trouble my friend Saralus Galmus by fighting in his club. But I must go to my friend's bookstore, where we can talk in peace. He's talking about Jabasha. If you have a way with words, perhaps you can talk to them. Or if you have a way with money, they might be bought. Otherwise, I fear there must be bloodshed. My friend Jabasha the Khajiit has a bookstore, Jabasha's Rare Books. If you agree to travel together with me there, I will answer your questions. But before we go, I beg you to try to persuade these troublesome fools to leave us alone. Otherwise, I fear they will attack us the moment we go to leave. So if you say, yeah, let's travel together, they'll all attack us. But let's talk to them first. Am I talking to you, Fetcher? No, I'm talking to the filthy lizard, so push off. What are you, some kind of filthy lizard lover? You want to give your little friend a big kiss? Oh, so racist. Let's get his... Yeah, I'm gonna get him up a little higher than that. Blah, blah, blah. He can stay here forever for all I care. Not my problems. That's good. He won't attack. Alright. Who gives a damn about a filthy lizard anyway? Get out of here. We won't bother you. Look, just keep the lizards away from me and everything will be just fine. So I think we'll be good. Fine, it's just a filthy lizard anyway. Nothing to get upset about. We'll leave him alone. Go on, get out before we change our minds. Oh, so I only got to talk to one of them. That's cool. Are we ready to travel together. Will you travel together to Jabasha's Rare Books? We must leave through the door to the foreign... I know how to get there. Yes, please follow me. And they're not attacking, so we're good. I'm surprised I only had to talk to one of them. That was interesting. You with me, Hulia? Alright. Nobody else will bother him. He's pretty much have to walk over there. Or run, as the case may be.
Hello.
That's right. That's why I was thinking of him being in Jabasha's, because you have to bring him there. That's my B on that. You with me? Alright. Yes, thank you very much. We should be free from distraction here. Now, I said I'd tell you about the Nerevarine cult, so you can report back to Caius. And I don't know of any 6th house cult but I can tell you what I do know. To understand the Nerevarine cult, you must understand the history of the Ashlanders. Nerevar means something very different to the Ashlanders from what he means to the Dunmer or the Great Houses. You should also know about the persecution of the Nerevarine and the legacy of the false incarnate, for the Nerevarine cult is at the heart of the ancient conflicts from the nomadic Ashlanders and the settled Great House Dunmer. Here's a summary for Caius, but ask your questions and I'll answer in detail. Ask about history. In the First Era, the nomadic Ashlanders and the settled Dunmer clans were very much alike. But after the First Council and the formation of the Great Houses, Ashlanders have been steadily forced into the poorest and most hostile lands. Now the nomadic tribes look to the prophesied return of Nerevar for a restoration of their ancient rites and religious traditions. Let's ask about the persecution of the Nerevarine. The Temple treats the Nerevarine prophecies as heresy, and the Temple imprisons and executes heretics unless prevented by imperial law. But since the Nerevarine cult is hostile to the Empire does not interfere with the Temple when the Temple persecutes the cult. Ashlanders hate the Temple, and particularly the Ordinators, for their ruthless treatment of the Nerevarine cultists. Let's ask about the false incarnate. In the past, some have claimed to be the reincarnated Nerevar. The most recent is known as Peakstar, a figure of legend among the Waste tribe for the last 30 years. The Temple says these false incarnates disprove their prophecy since the false incarnates fail and come to nothing, but the mystical Nerevarine cult glorifies rather than shrinks from the contradiction, citing the appearance of failed incarnates as certain proof of Nerevar's coming rebirth. Anything else? Okay, let's ask about the Sixth House. I've never heard of such a thing. House Dagoth was the Sixth House, but in the War of the First Council they betrayed the other great houses and were destroyed for their treason. But I've never heard of anyone worshipping them. Dagoth, or the ancient head of House Dagoth, is the devil of the tribunal faith, but I've never heard of anyone worshipping him either. Okay, so we're pretty much done with him. Let's go to, was it St. Olms? Where the kitty guy was? Mikaji? Okay, Adherenir. St. Olms Canton. Okay, yeah. And that's on the way to the temple where Maramilo is. Oh, I think, well, I'm not going to say what happened, but I think something happened to her. We'll find out when we get there. So let's kip on down to St. Olms Canton. Didn't take damage. Go figure. I believe this is Redoran. Yeah. Let's see if I could tell which is which just by the statues. I can't. Alright. That's St. Deline. That one's St. Olms. Okay. Oh, they're connected to each other. I don't know exactly where Adherenir is, but I have a feeling he might be in the canal works. But let me just go into like the waste works because that's close by and just see if I can ask around about him. Because Caius didn't give me a specific location like he did with Lizard Boy there. Adherenir, never heard of her. Nope, absolutely certain. Never heard the name before. Well, that doesn't sound suspicious. Let's see if I can get you to like me a little. Okay, I know Adherenir, and if I know Adherenir, she'll be staying out of sight as long as the census and excise agent is lurking about. Probably down in the underworks. Look for trapdoors down from the canal works lever. Also, actually in the underworks. Okay, this is the census and excise guy right here. I'm looking for a friend of mine, a female Khajiit named Adherenir. Do you know where I can find her? Yes, her name is Adherenir, and she's a Khajiit. Do you know where I can find her? Excuse me, I'm busy. Sorry to bother you. Alright, I'm gonna have to throw him off the trail, but let's go down to the underworks and find Adherenir first. So you go to the canal works, and then you basically look for trapdoors. I'm going to want to have a weapon out, because underworks often have, like, rats and skeletons and shit in them. You can see a rat right there. Alright, there's a Dunmer over there. Whoa! Try this way. Where are you Adherenir? Is that her? believe that's her over there. Really? That's blighted. That's her. Hey. Great, so Caius says to you, speak with Adherenir, and you have done this thing. You are speaking with Adherenir. But Adherenir will not talk to you about the Nerevarine or the Sixth House Colson, because why? Because Adherenir is, at this moment, very distracted by a nice census and excise agent who also wants to speak with her. You do not know this? They're the collectors of the Empire's taxes and tariffs, and the Emperor has outlawed trade in many things, like Dwemer artifacts and ebony, and a census and excise agent will enjoy being a pest about such things. For several reasons, a census excise agent is not Adherenir's favorite person. If you want Adherenir to help you, make this bad agent go away, then she will tell you things. So, essentially, we just gotta, like, throw the guy off track and just make him believe that she's somewhere else. So that's what we're gonna do. Hey, Jama. I believe he's a crack addict. Oh, wait. He's in the upper part of it. Where is he? Oh, there he is.
You seek information.
Hey, you. As I said, I'm looking for a friend of mine, a female Khajiit named Adherenir. I thought you might be able to tell me where to find her. Yes, her name is Adherenir. She's a Khajiit. Do you know where to find her? Yeah, she just took a gondola back to the mainland. What a disappointment. But thank you for your time. I was just heading back to the mainland myself anyway. Maybe I'll run into her there. Alright, so that should do it. Butthole. Actually, I should go the other way, because that's where Adherenir was. On the west side of the Underworks. Go ahead. Oh, I should end the video here, actually. Alright, I'll see you guys soon with more Morrowind.